Welcome, everyone, to the Puck Drops here. Welcome. We have the Astros and the Rays, Game 7. And it's just about to start. Hold on. It's just about to start. They're going to commercial right now, but they are ready and gearing up for Game 7. Earlier today, you saw part of the live stream. Hello, Alexis. We have we saw earlier the Dodgers. I wasn't able to do that whole game, but I was done eating. But then I realized that there was like 2 outs left, and I didn't want like a 90-second stream. So the Dodgers hung on and won 3-1. They forced Game 7. That'll be tomorrow. I won't be able to stream that. Thank you for the like. Again, like, subscribe. Love that. Turn on the notification bell so you can find out when all my streams or other videos, all the content is. The winner of this game goes to the World Series. It's done. This is the end of all American League play for the season. All right, I know you want to talk NHL prospect. I don't follow prospects that much, and especially this early. But when it gets on later, I'll tell you. You talk about players, and you give your opinion. You're the expert on this. I will definitely engage and talk to you and try to figure stuff out. Now, the Dodgers going to Game 7 tomorrow. They will be playing tomorrow against who is it? The Braves. I can't think today. Dodgers playing the Braves tomorrow, Game 7. Winner takes on the winner of this game. So this is the first team to come from 0-3 down in North American sports since the 2014 Kings, and they won the championships. The Astros are defending Western Conference champions. I see the link. I'll click on it. The defending Western Conference champion Astros are the first team in North American sports to come from 0-3 down to force a Game 7 since the Kings in 2014 in the first round against San Jose in the NHL Stanley Cup playoffs. And that Kings team went on to beat Anaheim, Chicago, and the New York Rangers in the Stanley Cup final. Wow, 6'3". That's for a big player. So the Astros here trying to do that. The Rays are trying to become the first team to blow a 3-0 lead and win the Game 7 for their first win since Game 3, since the 2010-11 San Jose Sharks, who were forced to 3-0 stranglehold and were forced to almost reverse sweep by the Red Wings, but hung on to win 3-2 in that game after being up 3-1 and 2-0 and 3-1 at one point. And so the Rays trying to do that. Tampa Bay would also look for another sports championship appearance. I think the Lightning were able to do that. They won the Stanley Cup against Dallas. So the Rays would like to. They're here for the Astros will be batting first. I believe it will be Springer as the Rays get ready. All right, let me check on this. Simon Edvinsson. Another Frölunda. Played for HK Kings, Sweden. Not a pure goal scorer. What's his position, actually? So he's a defenseman. Oh, okay. I thought he was a winger for a second. Oh, all right. I will take a second to look at some of his highlights. I will tell you. Getting ready, of course. The Rays. He's a solid skater, and I also like it. He's a good chip player. He's going to be one of those breakout defensemen that I don't know how much he's going to join the rush, but he's going to play the puck and get it out. If he develops well, I feel like he could be one of those guys that stays in the NHL for a long time. That's low for ball one. The first pitch by the superstar Morton probably will win the Cy Young. And it's a 1-0 count. So your answer, a good player, a good hockey player that will probably stay in the NHL long. This ball is hit, and it will chop all the way to first base, and it'll be an out. The second pitch gets chopped to base one, but just like that, he's thrown out at the bag, and the Rays are down to 2 outs. Or the Astros are down to 2 outs. When does the other game start? It just started. They just got the first out. Just happened right now. We're at the second game right now, actually. The first game already ended. 3-1 LA, forcing Game 7. Game 7, the winner of this series goes to the World Series. The Astros would be going to their third in the last 4 seasons and their second straight. They won in 2016 or 2017 against the Dodgers. And Tampa Bay, this would be their first World Series in 12 seasons since they lost in their only appearance in 2008 to Philadelphia. I don't know who that is. This is hit high and deep and caught in the outfield for out number 2. So Morton, no strikeouts, but he's pitching well enough where the Astros aren't able to really do too much with the ball when they hit it. So, as I said, Dodgers going to Game 7. I don't know who that is. That'll be tomorrow night. Around 6:30 Eastern. Probably won't be able to do that game, though. And here's the pitch by Morton for a strike. Mike Brantley. The top of the first is out there. Here's the 7th pitch coming. Brantley, swing and a miss. He got him with a slider, I think. Just mouthing. I don't know. Rays. Yeah. Rays are going to win, you think? Oh. Well, they did blow a 3-0 lead. If they play like this, they should. You saw me mouthing. I was just mouthing the words. I don't know why, but I was mouthing. I don't know if it was a slider or a cutter. That is a hit into left field. And the Astros get on first base. I think Abreu? No, it was Brantley. It was Mike Brantley who hit this ball, just a deep shot into left field. And it took a Tampa Bay bounce, though. So, he wasn't able to go to second or third. He just stayed at first. Who do I think is going to win? I think Tampa Bay will do just enough to win, but it's definitely going to be a 1-run game. Here's Carlos Correa, the guy who had the Game 5 home run that kept that series alive and went to Game 6. Here's Correa, fouls it up for 0-1. Who is Carlos Correa? He is one of the best players on the Astros. A Puerto Rican shortstop, really good player. And also, I kind of have a soft spot for him as well because my family's from the same town that he's from. Well, not all my family, just a small part of it. Fouled off by Correa for 0-2. And this is the home run, I believe. Yeah, the home run that Correa hit that forced Game 6, which last night, obviously, the Astros were able to win. What is the sound in the background? It's Just my parents shutting off lights and doing things. I don't know exactly. Striker, swing and a miss. Correa could not catch to that cutter. The inning is over. We're going to the bottom of the first. First strikeout of the day for Morton. And a big swing by Correa. Game 7. Ratty is I don't think he's the number 1 pick, but Ratty's going to be a good player. If he is, though, the consensus, if a lot of people believe this guy, then yeah. But I told you I thought it was another Swedish hockey player that we went through earlier. Let me get the name. It actually might have been Edvinson. No, it definitely wasn't Edvinson. Yeah, excellent. Excellent. Yeah, I think Eklund's a better player. Eklund, excuse me. Eklund is a better player, in my opinion. Bigger guy, can shoot the puck. Stronger. I don't think Ratty yet, but Ratty, as he's a bigger player, he can shoot the puck more efficiently. He's more experienced, but I think Ratty goes top 10. I just don't think he's going number 1. But again, these are some of the things you can't really decide for real yet. We have to see how the season goes. Brandt Clark. Okay, I'll look up this kid. Barry Colts, Ontario Hockey League. Over most leagues, I really respect the Ontario Hockey League. I believe it's the best league in juniors, best league besides the American Hockey League and NHL and all of North America. So I'm watching some of his highlights right now. Very good stick handler. Very and a strong player too. He's a larger guy. He's strong and actually he's not that big, but he is a strong player and a smart guy. I like him. I don't think he goes too high in the draft. He got hit with the pitch. How about that? Lance McCullers Jr. just got beamed by the ball. Is shaking his head, but he just got beamed right close to the hip. And they say, no. It actually ran off the shirt. And that'll be a walk without even coming close to anything. So the Rays get a man on first. And the go-ahead run is on first. So Brandt Clark, I like him. I think he's a good player. All right, Jake Neighbors. Jake Neighbors, I remember that name. I think did he play? He played last year. Not good. All right, with some players that got drafted this year, I think. He's projected to go round 2. Wait. No, he already got picked, man. Didn't he? Yeah, Jake, I knew that name. I don't think he's eligible for this year. I think he already got selected. He was drafted, yeah, that's right. He was drafted I knew that name. Drafted in the first round by the Blues. That thrown down. Sorry if I missed a good amount of this baseball, but I will answer your questions if I can, but I will try to stay a little bit more on baseball right now because this is going on. Maybe between innings, I'll try that. Also, going to have to update people on the football scores. I'll do that at the end of the bottom of the first. 2-2 count. This Lance McCullers Jr. actually was making the pitch. He's throwing the pitch. Swing and a miss. Low. Could never get to the ball. Lance McCullers Jr., the first strikeout of the game. And an out away with the man on first. McCullers Jr., they had said earlier in the series, has a really good relationship with his catcher. And they have been working well. But one of probably the best player in these playoffs, Arozarena, who is just an absolute home run hitter, is out there at the plate. Pitch close in for a strike, and it's 0-1. Kent Johnson. All right, I'll look that up in a little bit. That taken low for a ball as well. That close for a strike, and it's a 1-2 count now. Hits in the 10 of the last 13 games in these playoffs. Multiple hits and 6 out of the 13 as well. This taken low off the dirt for a 2-2 count. I told you I will look at it. I will go through it, but probably not while the game is going on. We're doing the baseball game right now, but I will get to it. I'll try to get to it at the end of the bottom of the first, although I do want to rattle off these college football scores from today and what's going on. Fouled off by Arozarena, so we stay at 2-2. 1 out, 1 man on first. Arozarena at bat.
But he was just able to get enough to foul it off, keep himself alive to see another pitch. Mother says that's on me. I'm not sure what I want to throw yet. Okay, let's re-engage here. Back to the fastball.
And Arozarena is going to hit this one high. It was a fastball. It's going clear for it. Arozarena, yard! It's 2-0 Tampa Bay. The broadcaster said fastball, and he said Arozarena destroys fastballs, and he destroyed this one. And it is 2-0. This guy's a rookie, and he's hit 7 home runs in a single postseason. The only guy ever to do that is another Ray, and that was Longoria back about 6 years ago. They don't win yet. It's only the bottom of the first, but it is 2-0. That one's in for a ball, but it is 2-0 right now as Arozarena just dipped this fastball for the most home runs of any rookie in a playoff year. 7. Swing and a miss. I also make a point that he hits these home runs top side, top center, And that's what happened. How many years have I had my channel? Well, like 2-3 years. Here's that low pitch off the dirt, and it goes for a 2-2 count. Do I like what? Yes, of course I love my channel. I want everybody to like and subscribe to it. This is hit foul. Swing and a miss, close to Meadows. He strikes him out. Second strikeout for the day for McCullers Jr. And now they're out to an out. Hey, go Caps. Thank you, Alexis. I appreciate it. What's going on, man? We got bottom of the first between Tampa Bay and Houston. At intermissions, we'll probably be talking a lot about prospects. Thank you. I appreciate it. And Arroyo just hit a record home run, 7th of the playoffs. Oh, you're rooting for the Astros. Okay. He just hit the 7th home run of the playoffs, the most by any rookie in a playoff year ever. And so it's 2-0 Tampa Bay at the bottom of the first. Dodgers and the Braves forced to Game 7. That'll be tomorrow. Won't be able to cover that, but that will be tomorrow. And the winner of this game goes to the World Series to play the winner of that game. When is intermission? Well, not really intermission, but it's just in between innings. That will be we'll see. There's 2 outs, and this guy's got a 2-0 count. If they can strike him out or get an out, then that would be essentially intermission. Hey, Tommy, what's going on? The Rays are up 2-0 after an Arroyo blast with a man on first. Yeah, Austin Meadows is a good player. Right now, he's not at bat. He was at bat. I think he got sent in. It's on TBS. TBS. So, a 3-1 count. Batter's advantage. Here's the pitch for a strike, and it's a full count. Also want to let you know, go Caps, you know this. I just wanted to let Tommy know. Alexis Dubik is really into talking about NHL draft prospects. So at the bottom of the first, they're going to really quickly run down some scores for college football, and then we'll try to get into prospects. There's a swing and a foul tip. So Choi will get ready some more. I do have a radio show tomorrow, which will be why I won't be able to do Game 7 tomorrow. Yes, NHL, I think he's referring to. Full count. Here's the pitch. Outside for a walk. And now they'll get a man on first. Skoy will get there, and Adames will have it. Oh, you're a Bruins fan? Okay, cool. I'm a Devils fan first, then Vancouver, then Detroit. Yeah. Tommy is a Rangers fan first, then Seattle, then Edmonton. Tommy also one of my co-hosts on that radio show. So if you want to ask him anything about that as well as me. That's a guy you could. Why not Capitals? I like the Caps a lot. They're just not my team.
Whatever he can do, we asked him about it. Said whatever I can do to shake it up. It's not that I don't believe in these guys. Managers like the shake-up factor, just to put them in a different spot and see if you can.
1-1 count. Taken for a low strike. It's 1-2. Rays down to their final count of the first. We'll see. It's baseball. There's no clock. Right now, there's 2 outs left in the bottom of the first. It's a 1-2 count. Tampa Bay is a man on base. That's Coy. And also a 2-0 lead. Adames trying to maybe help extend it if he can. That taken low for a ball. 2-2. I don't know what scout is. Like, do you mean mod? The radio show ends usually tomorrow night. Swing and a miss, and the inning is over. The radio show ends tomorrow, usually at like 10:30 or whatever. Oh, an NHL scout. Oh, not for the channel. That'd be great. I want to be an NHL broadcaster. What's a mod? It's what Tommy is. You'll see the blue gear. A moderator means on the YouTube. No, like PM, like 10:30 p.m. A mod is your moderator. You get to like edit the channel, and not edit it, but you can monitor what other people say, and you get like little perks and stuff. I give mods to people that are constantly on the channel, and like I trust. I've been there for a long time, and I trust so they won't just constantly like delete or approve things that I wouldn't delete or approve. Yeah, we do ours at night. Okay. Quickly, I want to do a quick run through college football so we can get to prospects. Clemson beat Georgia Tech 73-7. Notre Dame beat Louisville 12-7. Texas A&M beat Mississippi State 28-14. Miami beat Pittsburgh 31-19. South Carolina upset Auburn 30-22. Kentucky upset Tennessee 34-7. Navy beat Eastern Carolina 27-23. Southern Alabama beat Texas State 30-20. Liberty upset Syracuse 38-21. Temple beat South Florida. I'll get to them. Temple beat South Florida 39-37. West Virginia beat Kansas 38-17. UAB beat Western Kentucky 37-14. Army beat University of Texas San Antonio 28-16. Arkansas beat Mississippi 33-21. I think that counts as an upset. Memphis beat Central Florida 50-49. Wow, what a game. They came back, too. NC State beat North Carolina State beat Duke 31-20. Troy beat Eastern Kentucky 31-29. And if you had followed the other stream, Troy was up Eastern Kentucky for a long time. This is just FBS, and James Madison is in the FCS. I know you're a Virginia guy, but that's FCS. Georgia Southern beat UMass 41-0. Shut them out. Wake beat Virginia 40-23. Northern Texas beat Middle Tennessee 52-35. They came back. Earlier, Coastal Carolina beat University of Louisiana Lafayette 30-27. Arkansas State beat Georgia State 59-52. BYU beat Houston 43-26. Number 14 team. SMU beat Tulane in overtime 37-34. And we have a couple games going on. At the end of the first quarter, Georgia 7, Alabama 7. North Carolina is losing to Florida State 16-0. Virginia Tech 10, Boston College 7. Marshall 35, LA Tech 10. That's in the fourth. That one's in the fourth. BCVT is in the second. North Carolina FSU is in the second as well. And the first quarter is just over. This is all football. All this is college football. All this is college football. FCS is also college football. FCS and FBS are different. FBS is like your traditional Division I teams like that usually go to the NFL. And FCS is a step lower. James Madison, I think, is the second best, or it's like the second, third, or fourth best team in the FCS. So you're not FBS level. Like, you wouldn't really be able to compete with teams like even like Virginia or I don't know, Iowa State, but you're probably like the Alabama or the Georgia or they're like the Ohio State of the FCS league. James Madison's a really good game. Florida did not play because as this is a grounder off the glove, gonna go to the first base line. He got him out. First out of the game. First out of the inning for the Rays. Florida Gators did not play. They postponed their game because of of COVID, but they lost last week to my Texas A&M Aggies in upset, which is great. Who stay without only one loss given. I know we did not talk about prospects, Alexis. I just want to get through all those scores. At the end of every inning, we'll talk about just outline what is happening now with college football scores, but there's only 4, so that literally will take like 20 seconds. But for the rest of that, we'll talk about prospects. If you want to bring up prospects now, I can probably talk about that right now. Okay. College football were the scores. Prospects, specifically talking NHL prospects. And baseball's on right now. If that can make any sense. What league is FCS? It's just college football. It's the NCAA. Owen Poe. Okay. I'll look him up after this pitch. And that one is hit to first base. And the first baseman, Coy, was able to just grab it and stumble to the first base line, step in the bag, and that's that. Owen Power, okay. Again, if you guys want to follow Go Caps and Tommy and whoever, you want to follow Alexis and I a conversation, just look up the name he sends on YouTube. You could probably find the guy on YouTube. There's a thing called Owen Power Plants, so for him, just write Owen Power Hockey. That's what I did. Or if it's not on YouTube, just look it up, I guess. That was swinging a miss there now. Here's Gurriel. Tias Forever, it is 2-0 Tampa Bay at the top of the second, and they're a strike away from ending the inning. It was an Orosaren home run with a man on first. Two count. It was just close. Pitch and a swing high by Gurriel. 2 foul for the catcher to go up and try to make a catch and end the inning. You play in the U.S. Hockey League? Is that your actual name, Alexis Dubuque? This is swung, and it will find its way to the outfield and be caught in the inning. Yeah, I see power. Owen Power, University of Michigan. Another defenseman, 6'5", that immediately tells me he's going to be productive. I'm sorry. And also, I know you can see me but don't really know me. I am not a big kid going, oh, I love giant hockey players. No, I'm 5'8". I'm 5'8", 165. I'm a little taller and a little heavier than Alex DeBrincat. I'm not a tall guy, not a big guy at all. But I like big defensemen. 17 years old. Wow. This guy's going to go play he's a Canadian from Mississauga. He's going to go play for the University of Michigan. Left-handed shooting defenseman. 214, 6'5". Wow. This kid's going to be an absolute unit. How old am I? I'm 20. 25, 33 points, 45 games played, 12 goals, 28 assists, 40 points. This kid is going to be fantastic in the NHL. All right, Alexis. If you want to come back, we'd love to have you back. Wow. Let me tell you, Owen Power, this guy's going to be fantastic. Okay. Game will probably be going on past then, but that's fine.
It's time for MLB Hit and Run, presented by MLB Network, the official youth skills competition of Major League Baseball. Get your community involved by hosting a local competition with a chance to compete in the finals during the 2021 MLB All-Star Week in Atlanta. Sign up for free at pitchhitrun.com.
But yeah, again, Power's going to be fantastic. This is some good knowledge that I don't know about these prospects to understand them better. Here's McCullers, who played with Morton a few years ago when they won the World Series against Los Angeles. Game 7 ALCS, that was a big one against the New York Yankees. And I'll throw this ball down for a 1-1 count. Joey Wendell, bottom of the second out there at bat. Pitch, this is going to be hit foul, but it was hard into the seats. It looks cool, but it does nothing but create a 1-2. Ah. Here's the pitch, high again and fouled by Wendell again. So he stays in. Probably Monday. Yeah, I'm definitely going to do Monday. I don't know if I'll do the World Series if it is on Monday. I don't know when the World Series would be, but I will be doing it on Monday for the 2 football games. This is hit and chopped to the shortstop. Easy throw to the first baseman, and that'll be the first out of the inning. Altuve able to make the play. So that'll be early on Monday probably to do the 2 football games. And UDL just made the perfect play there. There's a pitch in there for a strike. 0-1. Thank you. That one low. As well 0-2, though, because there was a swing. Thought there was a check, but he went for an actual chuck there. Can you be a mod? You know what? You don't seem too much like a guy who's going to be very disruptive, and you are appreciative of the channel, so sure. Here's the pitch low. And here is Kevin Kiermaier. Sure. Usually I don't add too many mods, but you guys are very positive, and you're very enjoyable, and you're not doing it to harass. I had some other kids that kind of want to be mods, and they were harassing. One kid I didn't know, and the other few guys were friends of mine from high school that were just trying to mess around. But I mean, if you don't take it seriously, then you can't be a mod. Foul ball to the baseline, but you guys do take it seriously, so yeah, go capture. I also want to do it for people who are active on the channel, who like go to streams a lot. Ooh, not just one person. Just go to streams a lot so they understand what because you have the power to delete other people's messages, but you have to use that power responsibly. I know it sounds like a cheeky movie, a cheesy movie. Here's a shot to the left field, and oh baby! It's 3-0. Tampa Bay Rays. And this pitch just is not low enough. And he slams it. Zanino for a home run. And this is even worse than what happened to Pryor. The third home run given up in 2 innings by McCullough Jr. with 1 out. And that goes for an 0-1 count. So it's 3-0 Tampa Bay. Now, in 2010, as I don't know. I think that's only Tampa Bay. That's a strikeout, and that's a second out. But in 2010, as Alexis, I hate to remind you, you probably do know, the Boston Bruins, after being up 3-0 in the series, relinquished it to Game 7. But in their collapse, they were up 3-0 in the game early on, but then relinquished the 3 points, goals, and ended up losing 4-3. The reason I bring that up is to explain that, as Manuel Margot is here, is that maybe that happens here with Houston. They're up 3-0, quickly in. Got to keep this lead going. Houston can find offense, and they usually can score at least 4 runs, and usually just need at least 4 runs. Swing and a miss. It is 3-0. Yes, Tommy, it is 3-0. The highest team slugging on curveball percentage is Atlanta, and behind them, Tampa Bay. It's funny, one of the worst teams in the league is 4th, and that's Boston. As he got him swinging, Margot did not get the ball, but the second inning is over, and the Rays have another home run. Tampa Bay 3, Houston 0. Game 7, American League Championship Series. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I didn't do this for clout. I did this for really my career. I want to be an NHL broadcaster, and I wanted to work on the cadences and understanding. And it's also fun for me to make videos and stuff, but to get to understand that is really big. Here we go. College football scores that are still going on. 4th quarter is over. Marshall has won. Marshall beats Louisiana Tech 35-17. So there's only 3 games left going on today. With 2:01 left with 1:56 left in the second quarter, the closest to ending It's 24-0 Florida State against the 5th-ranked team in the nation. Thanks. Which is, frankly, kind of good as a Texas A&M fan. They're not in the conference or anything. Neither team are. But I don't think we play either. But being a high-ranked team to lose really helps a team like number 11. So it's 24-0 Florida State, 156 left in the second, 2:01 left in the second. It's Virginia Tech 17, listen and go Caps, and Boston College 7. So that's Virginia Tech 17, Boston College 7. I assume that's your college football team. And Georgia 14, number 3, Georgia 14 against Alabama number 2. The winner probably stays at number 2. Although if Alabama wins, possibly jump to number 1 over Clemson, possibly. And if Georgia goes up, it probably just move up to 2, and Bama probably moves down to 3. Bama did nearly lose last week to Ole Miss, though. What league? This is just, this is FBS. If you're wondering division, they're in the AC. You probably meant division. Oh, okay. It's different. In college football, there's the league, which is, NCAA and FBS or FCS. But division, they're in the ACC East? ACC East, I think. Maybe West. I'm not positive which. I will.
So wise, he knows when Pittsburgh needs it. He's down 3-0, but this Astros offense is as good as their hands.
Yeah, ACC East. ACC West, excuse me. ACC West for VTech. And they are right now have a 10-point lead over Boston College. 0-1, and then Morton ties up the count with a 1-1 pitch here at the top of the third. Josh Reddick, former Dodger, is out there. The 9th, he's played in the 9th Game 7 of all time, and that ball from Reddick just chopped to Coy at the first base, who just plants the foot down to get the first out. Another game that is quickly gaining traction. Tomorrow at 8 o'clock, I won't be able to stream it, but tomorrow at 8 o'clock, Atlanta plays LA in Game 7. The winner takes on the winner of this game, which we'll already know by the end of the stream and by tomorrow. This is the third time in the history of the ALCS and the NLCS that both series have gone Game 7 in over 100 years of history. And how interesting that it was 2003 and 2004. And how interestingly that not only that, but in 2004, the ALCS was a reverse sweep, just like what could happen here. And that was Boston against the New York Yankees. And obviously Boston would move on and beat St. Louis to win their first World Series in 86 seasons. Now there is something going on at the plate, and the umpire will call everyone off. Martin Maldonado was 8 for 14 in his career against Charlie Morton. Yes, they did. Well, not Georgia. Not Georgia. I believe it was like Georgia State. Not Georgia. No. I don't think Clemson will ever beat Georgia 73-7 because Clemson's number 1 team and Georgia's number 3, and Georgia's a really good football team. They might beat them 73-65 or 48-45. They're high-scoring teams, but that's a strikeout, second out of the inning, and right now they're back down to their third. I'll tell you who they beat. It was not Georgia. Georgia Tech. Much more important to realize Georgia Tech is a middle-of-the-road, just unranked, probably around like the 65th ranked team in the nation, where Georgia's the third-ranked team in the nation. Gone over to the first base. He'll go for first. He gets first. McCoy gets the ball. That's the end of the inning. Tampa Bay Rays 3, Houston nothing. George Springer could not do it, and the Rays are going to get to bat again. Yeah. No, that's fine, man, but it's just because of the states that both teams are in. I don't really care, but it is, if you want to really be correct, it is more important that you put Tech versus Georgia because Georgia Tech is a decent team. Georgia is one of the best teams in the country. I mean, Georgia right now is beating Alabama. Nothing to feel bad about or anything. Just explaining on, And speaking of that, let's check the scores. The 3 games right now going on in college football. I believe it's 3, right? Uh, 28 seconds left in the second quarter. It's still 17-7 Virginia Tech. With 1:24 left in the second, 24-0 Florida State. And with 6:40 left in the second, 14-0 Georgia against Alabama. Nothing's changed. I think I answered that. Only Tampa Bay plays in a domed stadium. And I think it was like cheaper and there was more technology at the time. Most baseball stadiums are not refurnished and not updated like NHL and NFL stadiums. Baseball in nearly everything is big against tradition. In fact, it has major controversy and even fights sometimes with other players from other teams. If a pitcher is having a no-hitter and the baseball player is trying to help win the game, like it could be 2-1, and it could be 2-1, and there were 2 walks, or there were 3 walks, a man on first, a man on second. Like there could be no outs, a man on first, a man on second, and it's 2-1 in the bottom of the 9th, and there's a no-hitter going on, and a guy would bunt, and it would cause a line brawl. Well, not a line brawl, like a bench clearing. Baseball's kind of weird with their superstitions and their love of tradition. You're like New England, Washington, Caps, Packers, Browns, Nationals. I like first. I like the Giant. I like Devils. I like the Giants. I like the Mets. I like the Knicks, and I like the Red Bulls. I have a second and a third in the NHL. That's Vancouver and Detroit Red Wings. Vancouver Canucks, Detroit Red Wings. My second in the NFL is the Houston Texans. My second in baseball is a bunt. Speaking of, which is Sky Fair, and Tampa gets a first base hit just like that. A bunt low. What a play. Broncos, no, I just have 1 second, and that's Houston. But I do really like Detroit and New Orleans. And I root for Oakland pretty hard too because my dad and my uncle are huge Raider fans. My second basketball team are the Portland Trail Blazers. My second baseball team is the Anaheim Angels, and my second MLS soccer team is right up to the catcher who goes to the second base, and he gets out low, but he can't get out at Osirena. So there's a man at first, but an out, and the Astros did a very good job defensively there. And my second favorite soccer team in the MLS is Minnesota FC. I also like and enjoy watching in soccer. I like Barcelona, Borussia Dortmund, FC Inter, and Manchester United, which is Germany, Italy, Spain, and England. Yeah, Barcelona. That's funny. I love Messi. He's one of my favorite players in the world. Austin Meadows, the designated hitter, who you had said you like, is out there. I'm not a Ronaldo fan, although one of my friends I've known since like first grade that lives close by me and actually goes to New Jersey College near where mine is his dad came over the boat from Portugal. He's Portuguese. He's worshipped Ronaldo since he was a little kid. I do not like DC United. I used to hate DC United. I just, as a Red Bulls fan, they're a big rival. But I like them now because my second favorite player in all of soccer, Wayne Rooney, I believe, plays for them. That's a difficult play. He shovels for the out at second base, and he gets him. And the Ray that did not get there was laying on his back, discombobulated. Not an injury, but just going, how did I not get there? And it was at Osadena. As the Rays are on the phone, they're challenging this. They're challenging this play. And Osadena was irate. He was irate. This flip went off the chest of Altuve, and when he saw it go off the chest, he went into absolute shotgun mode with his legs, and then Altuve had to chase it down too. You could see it in his eyes. He is a Reds fan. I said a Raiders fan for football. He's not a Bengals. Oh. Explain why would he be a Raider and a Reds fan? Okay. I'll explain it. My brother and my uncle and my dad are not from any of the areas they have their favorite teams. They're from a town that's about a 10-minute drive from where I live, right from my house right now. Rudy went to DC United. But first he went to Manchester United, which is where I love him. But they grew up in the 70s. My uncle's actually older than my dad, so he grew up in the late 60s and then early 70s. They both grew up watching it. They stay with the out. They stay with the out. So the Rays, again, not a successful challenge, kind of like last time in the earlier game where there was not a successful challenge that Atlanta called. But they both grew up. He did leave? Oh, okay. I have to look at where he went. I know there were some personal issues, too, with him. But anyway, they grew up both as Reds fans, watching the Big Red Machine. He plays for Derby County. Let me look this up. And then I'll finish my story. Here's the pitch. Outside. Ball one. You're in the bottom of the third. It's like it's like double. It's like an AHL, AAA in soccer. Well, hopefully they win the league and maybe they can get bumped up to the top Premier League and he can play in actual Premier League again. Okay. Rapinho, I don't know. Let me. I'm not sure, but let me finish this first. I wanted to finish this short little story to explain some of the teams and allegiances. They watched. My dad and my uncle watched the Reds, and they had the Big Red Machine. They loved the Reds, even though they were close to Yankees and Mets. My uncle stayed a Reds fan. My dad changed allegiances because he followed Pete Rose. So wherever Pete Rose went, he was going to stay there. And Pete Rose got traded to the Phillies. So my dad's a Phillies fan. My uncle's a Reds fan because they grew up watching them. The favorite team out of all of the sports are it's still weird to say, but Vegas Oakland Raiders. They grew up watching the Raiders, just loved everything Raider, the culture, the black hats, the black helmet, just all the time. Dad's got a Derek Carr jersey he wears all the time. My uncle's got a big Raider bucket hat thing he wears all the time. Big black Raider jacket. It's a life for them. I don't really care too much about the Raiders. I root for them though for that reason. My uncle's a Lakers fan. He grew up watching them. I guess I don't really know why he's a Lakers fan. My dad grew up watching and loving the Sixers, so he's a Sixers fan. And then both, their second team, both though, love the culture almost the same way with the Raiders or the Flyers. So that's the story behind that. That is Flyers, Sixers, Phillies, and Raiders fan, even though he's nowhere near Philly. And my uncle who kind of lives by Philly, likes the Lakers, Reds, Raiders, and Flyers. So they both played soccer, but they don't care for the MLS. Although my dad actually kind of roots for the Red Bulls because he's local, and he doesn't mind Philadelphia United because the whole Philly thing. That fouled off by Choi, and it almost hit an Astro in the face. That was the catcher, and Meadows has to run back to first base. When you said Rapinoe, I wanted to stretch on that. When you said Rapinoe, who are you talking about? Just so I have an idea. And again, a full count. That one hit by Choi. This is far. This could go. It will be caught in the outfield. The inning is over. What a home run would do for the Tampa Bay Rays for even more run support. But still 3-0 Tampa Bay. We're going to the top of the fourth. The Astros needing offense. So, yeah, just explain again who Rapinoe is. I don't know who that is. Most of the college football games are at halftime. So Georgia got a field goal, but Alabama got a touchdown. So it's 17-17 with 3:06 left in the second. 17-7 Virginia Tech still at halftime. And okay. Yeah, just one last thing for North Carolina is down 7. 31-7 Florida State with 17 seconds left in the first half. Yeah, the American women's team. Well, the American women's team for hockey and soccer, but specifically soccer, is unbelievable. I think, though, she's a great captain, but I think that the best player is Julie Ertz, and specifically, who I have no idea. I would have to ask my uncle. I mean, the Reds are probably the team he pays attention to the least. Probably Votto, but I'm not positive. He might like Cueto too, but I don't even remember if Cueto's still on the team. Anyway, the one I think Ertz is probably the best player on United States women's team, and obviously it's soccer. It's a different sport. But I was watching the World Cup, and no, he doesn't pay attention to them. I don't know. But I was watching the World Cup and watching her play, and I was like, she's unbelievable. She gets in front of the goals. She digs down to get the soccer balls, and makes plays for passes and shots. There's all the things that you have to do to win. Is kind of a player that's not flashy, especially in a game that for women, they don't want them to play kind of like rugged. They want it to look clean and they don't look at it as a sport as you should, as you plays the way you have to. And I was thinking, what player like soccer? I don't know soccer defensively. I don't know defense, but what soccer player would be the best? And I'm going, if you remember the Red Wings of the past, Red Wings, what is he talking about? But seriously, the correlation between hockey and soccer is for real. Do you remember the Red Wings of the past? Julie Ertz plays like Tomas Holmstrom. Absolutely. In front of the net, doing everything. Hey, what's up, Josh? Nice to see you, man. Nice to absolutely see you. I was talking about Ertz, but all of the players in the American team, also the American hockey team as well. Although now we got the Canadian in here. Canadian soccer team actually is pretty good as well, women's and the Canadian hockey team. But back to baseball. Altuve fouls, and so we're at 1-1. Give me 1 second. I'm going to get some water. One-two count, swing and a miss. He got Altuve. Morton's 34th pitch of the night. And he strikes out Altuve. And now Bradley will be at bat. 2 outs away and going to the bottom of the 4th. If you're wondering what Josh likes, he's a Vancouver fan, not a Montreal fan. He doesn't mind Montreal. If you're trying to think of the Montreal fan, that's I can't remember the guy's name, but he was on one of my draft videos. But he's been on the stream sometimes, but that's not Josh. Josh, Canucks fan. Scores 3-0 Tampa Bay. Also, guys, as Go Caps knows, you probably know this as well, Josh. Yeah, you don't mind Montreal. It's just not your team. I assumed. I thought. I wasn't sure. I don't really either. I used to not like them at all. I do like I don't really like the organization that much. Look, there's a poster in the back that they made a cutout of Gronkowski with the Bucks jersey on. But I don't really like their organization that much. But I do, although I'll say it's just a personal opinion, but I understand the whole, everything about it. But I really like Canadiens fans. For a team that deserves to be as entitled as they want, and there's another poster of Stamkos with the jersey too. This is too funny. But anyway, I am around Yankee fans, and I'm really good friends with a lot of big time Yankee fans, and Yankee fans can kind of be entitled a little bit. Most Canadiens fans are not entitled. It's very interesting to see. No, my uncle's a Flyers fan, and my dad is a Flyers fan. Now, they don't like the Canadiens. They were very nervous in that series. I like Price as well. He's a good goalie. Anyways, I was trying to say, guys, on Monday I will have a live stream of both football games. They have to figure out who's going to get the ball. 4 guys went into the middle, and then it eventually gets called. As there was a heated discussion, as all 4 guys went in the middle, screaming at the other, I caught it. Why were you getting near me? We're going to bump into each other, cause an error. What are you doing? But they got the ball, so what does it matter? So, yeah, that'll be on Monday. Patriots, Denver, and what's that other team? What's the other team? There's a pitch for an 0-1. Correa at bat. Sorry for that, guys. That is another time that I dropped the phone. Okay, some interesting COVID news. I didn't know this. Noah Fant and Melvin Gordon not playing on Monday for illness and ankle, but it doesn't look Melvin Gordon doesn't look COVID. It just looks like he's just under the weather. Beckham will be playing for Cleveland tomorrow. New England also reserving players on a COVID list. I am very excited for some football. Bills in Kansas City. That's right. Thank you for reminding me. Buffalo and Kansas City. Innings over. Correa struck out. We're going to the bottom of the 4th. Tampa Bay 3. Houston, nada. All right, for the last college football games, I believe most of them are at the half still. Virginia Tech still at the half, 17-7 over Boston College. North Carolina still losing badly to Florida State, 31-7. Upset alert there. And with 107 left in the second quarter, Georgia 17, Alabama 17. The Boston College Virginia Tech game is the closest to ending, and the last game probably of the night will be Georgia versus Alabama. Don't believe we'll be able to do broadcasts of any of that college football games, but I might watch a little of it.
Then predict whether you think there will be home runs, double plays, and more. Your time is running out. Enter the free pool before the start of the seventh. Play free for a share of $10,000 and make it rain.
I want Tampa to go Dodgers mode. I was just seeing a person writing that they think that Tampa Bay will probably not be good in a few years because they won't sign their good players and trade away because the ownership does not spend a lot of big bucks, kind of like the Mets. Oh, yeah, that would be nice. But we'll see. See, as we're heading to the bottom of the fourth.
The Tampa Bay Rays lead 3-0. They got a 3-0 lead in this series. So the Astros ripped off 3 in a row to force a game 7. That's Mahomes back to work. Here's the Dallas to start it. It'd be Willie Dallas, Joey Wendell, Mike Zunino.
So here is McCullers Jr. has given up 3 home runs in the span of 2 innings, but nothing in that last 2. But this is a shot that will foul off and too far before the outfielder Correa could go try to make a grab. So after that theatrics, it's 0-2. Oh, okay. Bottom of the fourth, no outs. And then he struck him out. Another strikeout. Adonis, and now it is the second batter of the inning. Then that one, I believe, also was fouled off. 0-2, as he got that pitch in the zone. There's the pitch, low, and it's 1-2. I thought maybe call to the bullpen if they get on base. That one went off of the triangle, and it'll scoop to the grass. And I think if there's one more hit, the phone will be called. A man on first, 1 out. And there you go. I noticed you spelled Astros too. Kind of funny. Out of the fourth, as we had said. And that one went for a ball as well, and it's 1-0. Steve tells us that he's been throwing a lot of breaking balls type pitches down low there. There's one swung and missed, 1-1. Here's the pitch on Zunino. He hit a home run. It was the one to make it 3-0. Right now, the go-ahead points, winning runs. Be that Arosada and I hit, although specifically the first baseman that was able to come home. The guy on first base, I meant by that. 1-2 count. Man on first, 1 out. Here's Zunino. Here's the pitch. Zunino fouls it off, and it's still 1-2. Here's the pitch low, and it's 2-2. Just like that. Yes, that game will be tomorrow. NLCS, and the winner of that game goes to the World Series and plays the winner of this game. I think both the winner of the NLCS will have home field against the winner of the ALCS. I think Atlanta has a better record than Tampa. I'm not sure. The Dodgers have the best record in baseball. And that's a strikeout. Second, but Coach Baker will talk. Coach Dusty Baker will talk to McCullers Jr. We'll see if he's taking him out or just giving him some advice. He's taking him out. McCullers goes to the bench, and there will be the bullpen. The bullpen will be out there as he goes to the clubhouse. So we'll be back bottom of the fourth. We'll see the bullpen pitcher for Houston try to get that final out and head to the fifth. Let's take a look at college football.
Here's to the doers.
First game's in the third quarter. That's Boston College against Virginia Tech. 12:21 left in the third quarter. Yes, week 6 is tomorrow. I'm really excited. I'll have to do some homework, but after that, I'll be able to watch. I'm very excited. 17-7 Virginia Tech against Boston College. 11:55 in the third. And still at halftime. Florida State 31, North Carolina 7. And with 23 seconds left in the second, Georgia, upset alert. Another upset alert. Georgia has a 24-17 lead over Alabama.
Parasitic infections. And don't change or stop your asthma treatments and put in steroids without talking to your doctor. Are you ready to do more with less asthma? Talk to your
I apologize. I put my head back and take a rest. They're college football. NCAA Division I college football games. Not baseball. No, I don't. No. College baseball doesn't start till like April, I think. And no, not hockey. Hockey doesn't start till November, I think. So it might start next month, but I'm not positive exactly when that'll start. And basketball also doesn't start till November. It's football. Two outs. Bottom of the fourth, the man on first. And it's 3-0. Oh, okay. I know a good amount about college sports. My main things are college basketball and college football, but I do follow a little bit college hockey since hockey's my sport and a decent amount of prospects go to American universities to play their hockey before or after they were drafted. You saw a bunch of players in the NHL draft go to colleges like Michigan and University of Massachusetts, Boston College, Boston University. Swing and a miss. A few Canadian guys too. The kids, they go to college and university to get a bit of an education. Play Cale Makar. Cale Makar played in, I believe, Boston University before he was drafted. Calgary-born before he was drafted by the Avalanche. I mean, I got to know a decent amount. I go to college. Not D1, but not Division I. So here's a hit, not a hit, but a foul ball. Brooks Raley is out there that's made the pitch. 1-2, 1-2 right now. He's pitching at a guy who hasn't played since Game 3, Kierman. And Kierman did not play in Game 4. He did not play in Game 5. And he did not play in Game 6 of the 2020 ALCS. And what did all those things come in common? They were all Ray losses. Well, in his first game back since Game 3, Kierman swings and misses. We're going to the top of the fifth. Bregman, Tucker, Gidiel are next, and it's 3-0 Rays.
official tire of Major League Baseball.
Still waiting, of course, for top of the fifth. Hold on 1 second.
When it comes to buying a home, they say cash is king. But you're a queen, and that's just as powerful. You're armed with a verified approval from Rocket Mortgage. Sellers know your offer is good, so your bid has the strength to compete with cash offers. Now grab your crown and rule. That castle is yours. So when you need an edge in the bidding war, Rocket can.
There's a name for the experience that brings you this close to the action.
Yeah, the spin can.
No, it's not called that at all. It's the... No, it's the...
Anti-gravity-free spring.
Not exactly. All of this is called True View. A new perspective on football. Yes. Free. As free as the wind. Your testing won't be equal. Start by smelling your best again with that. Smell right. Old Dominion puts together
All right.
performance.
Back after waiting for this to come out. Also, I just noticed something. When you sit definitely below 150, if not less, probably meant if not more. Oh, God. So here we go. Excuse me, top of the fifth inning between Tampa Bay and Houston.
It is still 3-0. And Charlie Morton facing Alex Bregman. Bregman, Tucker, and Gurriel will start this fifth inning. Charlie Morton has retired 10 straight. He's got 4 strikeouts.
Bregman out there, 1-0 count. And he chops this up the middle to the third baseman. A high throw. Was the foot down? It was. Toe was down. McCoy's toe was down on the bag when he made a high catch. And the first out will go off the board now. Well, won't be on the board, excuse me. And the Rays get it off of a tricky play, although I could see Dusty Baker potentially challenging this play. Here it is. Ball is grabbed. Foot is there. It should be. Let's take a look. He's got the glove. He's got the foot. Glove is concealed. Foot is on the bag. Astros player Bregman is nowhere near the base. He gets the toe. It's almost like a sideline. It's almost like a sideline play like in the NFL where I know you can't see it, but what they're looking at is they're looking to see if his toe is on the base while he conceals the ball. Yep, it's an out. It's an out. So it was a little tricky one, but the Rays get it. So 2 outs away. We go to the bottom of the fifth. There's Morton to pitch, and that's fouled out. They look trying to get now, and now no, that ball went right over the screen again. The Rays have done a lot of that, trying to run in and get cheap outs. There was one that happened, I believe, in the Dodgers game earlier, but in this one, no. So it goes to 0-1. Yeah, I would say your NHL IQ is very good. The lowest ERA, which is good, of course, in all winner take all games Since 1912, the leader is Madison Bumgarner, but Morton is third. They've been counting ERA in playoff games for over like 115 years. And two pitchers still in the league are 1 and 3, and that's Madison Bumgarner in San Francisco and Morton here tonight. Morton to pitch, that goes for a strike, and he struck him out. The fifth strikeout of the evening, Charlie Morton. And now the Houston Astros are down to a strike here in the top of the fifth inning. Do I have an NHL actual team? Do I hate an NHL actual team, not a franchise? Okay. So like a core. I know yours is Boston. Man, I'd have to think of that. I don't find many players to be dislikable. Probably Pittsburgh. Probably the Pittsburgh Penguins. I hate to say it, but it'd probably be this Pittsburgh core. I mean, I respect Crosby, but I don't like him. Don't really like Malkin, although I do respect him. I love Zucker, but I don't even think he re-signed with that team. I respect a bunch of Penguins, but I don't like them. I never find myself rooting for the Penguins. It would probably have to be Pittsburgh.
Two crunchy tacos and a medium drink, plus the beef and cheesy layers of the $5 grande snacker box, only at Taco Bell.
Think if there's anyone else. I don't hate them, but I don't really like the Flames team, the Flames core. One of my favorite players on the Flames core that I did like, well, I had two really good players I really liked, and I'll talk more about that when I do the players stream. I'll probably do that this week, but there were two guys, and one of them was Sean Monahan, and the other was Brody. And Brody, I had a feeling he would have been a good fit in Toronto, so let's see how he goes. But I'd say if I had to pick one, it'd probably be Pittsburgh. Oh, there's a lightweight fight. Hockey debate time! Yay! Okay, throw it. Throw the questions. Yep, I'm ready. Here's Jose Urquidy. 3 starts in the postseason. 0-1, no. Record, and Greinke's getting ready. And Greinke's a starting pitcher, not a bullpen. But they are desperate. Their season's on the line no matter what. You either go to the World Series or you're going home. Right now, Margot looking to help put up the Rays up multiple runs here. That pitch is outside for a 1-1 count. And that one went down low for 2-1. There's the pitch, swung on, and out. The save percentage completely determined? Absolutely not. I didn't even have to fully read that question to give you the answer. Absolutely not. There's so many things that come into count. The confidence of the goaltender, the goalie average number as well, how many starts the guy has had, the organization that he's playing with. Goalie average doesn't. Goalie average is a good factor. You know what this is like? You know what this is like? Question anyone who really thinks that this is a factor. And there are some hockey fans who think this, and hockey is the only sport they pay attention to, so this argument won't work. But for the rest of people, especially hockey fans in the United States who pay attention to multiple sports, this is like asking the question, as a walk is given right there, and no outs and a man on first base for Tampa. This is like asking the question, hey, what is it? Hey, is QBR the defining factor of a quarterback? No, right? There's other things. Same thing here with a goaltender. And it's even more vexing because it is the most difficult and hardest position and most important position on all of sports. So you can't count one stat. Save percentage is important, but it's nowhere near the whole story. And that's just my opinion. You have a different reason. Okay. Throw it, I guess. I mean, we both agree with each other. I'd say absolutely not. It does not determine it. It's one of the things that helps, but it doesn't self-determine how good he is, how good a goaltender is. It's also, I think, one of the reasons why goalie average why goalie average is such a prevalent stat and it's looked at is because it's one of the most visible stats that's looked at on a stat report. It's listed on the box score and it's listed on a draft scorecard. Yeah, thank you. I'm good though. I'm not, it's just a simple sneeze, but thank you. When you look on draft prospect lists or even on a scorecard, on the game report and NHL.com, what do they show you? They don't show you, they don't say how the goaltender was, what his confidence level was like, or how much lateral movement he had, or the amount, or a stat on the amounts of times that he was facing pucks to his glove or his block or his stick or his pads, or how much he had guys in front of the net front presence. Now, what do they show you? Save percentage and goalie average number. That's going to go for a double, triple. Did they get there? No, we only got one out of it. Would have gone for a triple play anyway. Would have gone for a double play. Altuve got the first out, but that was it. Bottom of the fifth and a man on first. A goal against on a 2-0 breakaway is absolutely not the goalie's fault. Right, I get that. But that's just one tiny number of it, I mean, that's a hard thing to look at and understand. I think the thought of the goalie average is the better the goalie, the worse the they go to first base and the guy and Lowe is safe. The better the goalie, the best chance.
You're looking at the MVP of this ALCS. Be the first rookie position player.
The best chance of stopping a puck no matter what. I was just laughing. They were showing a tweet online of Steven Stamkos is watching this game, and he was praising Aro Serena, who has been an all-star. Aro Serena is basically Braden Point of this Rays team, except Braden Point's in his third year in the NHL, and this guy's a rookie, and he's hit 7 home runs, the most home runs hit by any rookie in the playoffs ever. And it's a funny thing. The second guy is a Ray. It happened 6 years ago. Evan Longoria. But yeah, I get that. And if you remember in overtime, we played the Blues a few years. Not game 2 and game 3 in the regular season. And Horvat got back, but it was a little too late. And there was a dysfunctional pass on the power play or whatever. And Markstrom let up a 3-0 goal in overtime. And yeah, the 2-0 thing, I just think it'll go down, but it won't go down by much because, number one, that rarely happens, and number two, the thought of the percentage. I know. I watched that game, and I was going to break the computer. I watched it on my computer. Yeah, I know. But you know, the thing with that is the stat on that for the Canucks, for not for the Canucks, for anyone, is the goalie average goes to a point where, as there's a strikeout, it is so, you know, I'm trying to think exactly how to say this. That's why I'm just stumbling in my words. The goalie is either good or bad enough where the goalie average won't be really affected or will be affected. And the thought is that even on a 3-0, he would stop the puck or he wouldn't stop the puck anyway. That there are goalies that could do that, even though it's not really fair. The only thing it's not the only way that causes a problem if it's a middle-of-the-road goalie who's like 50-50 and he let up some 3-0 goal in overtime, and it's like, oh, this is one of the lower goalies because the goalie average and then there's a guy ahead of him, and the only reason that the two have a different goalie average by a percentage of being a better goalie or being a worse goalie was because he let up a fluke 3-0. That's not fair, but it's to one of those points where it's like, what are you going to do? This is fouled out 1-1 for a strike. You know, it's just one of those topics where there's not really – it's difficult, but there's nothing you can do because we crave stats as fans. I think the best option would be to put you keep the goalie average, but on a scorecard, like a game report, you talk about some of the other stuff, like it's like goalie average, save percentage, and then you make a percentage. What is it? GSSF percentage or number, which is glove side shot percentage, which would be, you know, how many times the puck has been shot at the glove side, and then, you know, his percentage versus how many times it's blocker and stick and skate, and or even how many posts or times he hugs his post and stuff like that. And that also helps another team can analyze that and go, okay, this guy's a glove. This guy goes for his glove all the time. He's going up high. If we can go down low and create some net front presence, we'll rattle him. Or this is a playoff goalie. He commits low all the time. He can stop anything he can see. Get a guy in front, and we're going to shoot glove all day. Like Huey was like that. Remember Cristobal Huey in the playoffs? he had a very bad glove side, especially like right through his arm. As this is swung out by Meadows, and it's going close to the wall, and it is going to be caught for an out by Correa, and that will end the inning. We're going to, I believe, the top of the sixth. Yeah, we're going to the top of the sixth. Astros going to have a chance to get it back. Tampa Bay 3, Astros nothing. Forgot what I'm saying. But, Chris Hue, he had a terrible glove hand side, especially like right here, right through the armpits. You can believe this leaf blanket is the pillow, is the goal. Like right through here, he had a very bad glove side. But the Canucks, but specifically the Flames, could not figure that out, and he just would get pucks at the body all the time. And, that's the thing. But then Detroit figured out that as a more experienced team, if they could get the puck deep and nobody was out there to try to block shots or deny chances, if they could shoot the puck high glove side, it would solve them all day long. So it would be good for everybody, fans, coaches, organizations. And then also a goalie. Oh, well, he's taking his stats out for everybody. How's the goalie going to like it? Well, then you teach the goalie that then, there's stuff they can reach on. We saw your stat percentage. Coach, I don't really care about statistics, but that's just the way things are. We've seen that, man, frankly, you've been pretty faulty in your blocker side. And the goalie's immature. He'll fess up. Then you could, and then a good coach like a Barry Trotz, Mitch Korn, you could work on that. Right. But I think in less than an ERA, more. I don't think there should be a singular stat that encompasses everything. I think that's ridiculous. I think that's what goalie average is. It's a singular stat comparing everything. I don't think that works. I think you need to divide stuff into different stats. And how that goaltender, because every goaltender is different. Let's take a look at the college football scores.
Swinging for the fences, the parking lot, or across the country, Goodyear, more driven. Here we go to the sixth inning in Game 7. Charlie Morton has been a big storm. 13 straight Astros retired.
That is a strike.
Reddick, the 8th place hitter, then Maldonado, and then back to the top for George Springer in the third time through.
And then that one swung back to the wall, but it's foul. So Reddick was not able to do anything there. It's 0-2 here at the top of the sixth. Like a pitch thrown 30 miles per hour right down the middle, home run is the pitcher's fault. It is the pitcher's fault. Well, that's the other thing. Pitchers understand their batters. The Auto Serena one it was a fastball right up the middle, and he just slammed it, as that's the first out of the inning, pretty quickly by Morton. Where if you're a goaltender, it's almost a similar thing. Auto Serena is going to try to go low and dip high when a fastball comes down the middle. The goaltender knows, especially if one of your teammates is in the penalty box and you're playing the Washington Capitals, that from the left side of the hash mark, just beyond the hash mark, closer to the blue line, but still by the hash mark, Alex Ovechkin's going to try to wind up, use his hips and legs, and crank it while standing up, and crank an absolute sizzler of a slap shot. Also, that Crosby's going to try to get closer to the goal line and roof it off of his knee. and Oshie's going to try to get into the middle of the goalie. These are things you read tapes on these. You watch tapes and you read up on offensive players to try to figure out how they'll score. Gustav Nyquist, when he was big in the league, he liked to use his speed and then pump up, try to shoot pucks low on goaltenders. Oh, I didn't know that stat. I don't know too much about baseball. That's then you say that as a ball away from the bunter who's trying to get it, but he's walked anyway. So after on first base, so the Astros try to get a bat now. I guess your thought is like maybe I say if a goaltender, I'd say there should be probably a rebound limit. So if the goaltender lets up 4 rebounds in a singular scramble, and then there's a goal, like there's a scramble play, almost like a Henrique type thing, then that shouldn't affect the goalie average. If like Toffoli kick save Martinez to win the Stanley Cup, like that should affect Lundqvist's goalie average. I'll just go on Lundqvist because it's 2 interesting plays that both ended his season. And then the Henrique goal, which is a bunch of choppings and he could never find and the defenseman was down, that shouldn't affect his goalie average. Like there should be a limit, probably like 3 or 4 like rebound attempts or hack or in close in the paint. They should also do stats on that. How many saves are made with the goaltender in the paint? Those are a lot different. Here's a double play. Coming, gets it. Rays are out of the inning. No, they're not. Never mind. Again, they've tried for the double play. They can never get it because they just aren't fast enough to gun the runner coming down at first. They get one of the outs, but another runner advances to first base. It's 2 outs and a man on first here at the top of the 6th. Here in Game 7 of the ALCS, winner heads to the World Series and plays the winner of tomorrow's Game 7 between LA and Atlanta. After the debacle in Game 3, Atlanta won Game 4, but have lost Game 5 and Game 6 after being up 3-1 in the series previously. Here's the pitch. It's a high strike. But they get the strike. 0-1. There's Nicky Anderson getting ready. Top closer getting if Morton does not play in the 7th inning. I would frankly play as much Morton as you possibly can because it is Game 7. And since the 2nd inning, the Rays have not been able to get much offense. So I would put as much Morton as you possibly can. I don't think he'll end this game, but if you could get him to the 8th inning, I think that would be nice. 9th inning, even better. "62 pitches by Morton, it's 1-2. Altuve at bat. Altuve goes high and fouls it. They're a strike away from this inning ending. Altuve at bat. Went for it. It's not a strike. It's a ball. 2-2. Has to keep this confidence and get his team out of that hit the dirt. Get his team and they did call check swing. Get this team out of this inning number 6. Here's the pitch. Low. We got a full count here. It's unraveled a little bit. I think I usually am not big into this, as Michael Brantley's up to bat 1 and 2 in this game. Also, he had a single on that one hit, but I wouldn't mind kind of talking to you. It's like, hey, we're good. I'm not gonna yank you. You're fine. And this one chopped up the middle. He's got to make a tough throw. He cannot make the throw. Altuve gets to first, and there's a runner at first and second. First and third. He went to third. Oh, here we've got a situation. There are 2 outs, but the game-tying run is at the plate. Just like that. And Game 7 is well and alive. He went for the perfect throw, and Altuve was way up there. And because this ball bounced, the runner to second was able to advance to third, as Wendell just made a bouncing – and here's a weird call. Okay, so the starting pitcher, who has been absolutely sensational, is done. And here comes the bullpen. They have to not make any mistakes. Here in the top of the 6th. 3-0 Tampa, but 3-0 Tampa with 2 outs in the top of the 6th. But bullpen will come out with runners on the corner. And the guy at bat trying to tie up Game 7. If a goal is scored when the goalie fails to catch, hits the glove, and goes in, this should badly affect the goalie rating. Or hits the body, maybe. I don't know if they would do that. That's a good idea. I remember watching Game 4. I kind of looked at it. Game 4 of the 2009 Eastern Conference Final between Pittsburgh and Carolina. There was a puck shot by Max Talbot that went through the glove of Cameron Ward and into the goal. And Cam, he lost track where that puck was, and it just went through his glove like a outfielder trying to track it, and it went in. And I think that was actually the conference-winning goal, believe it or not. All right, let's take a look at college football now.
Some banks, to open an account, it feels like step after step. Not at Capital. You can open a checking account in just 5
Which one?
That's right, 5 minutes. This is banking reimagined.
Oh, no, if you mean the first goal, Hudobin never saw the puck. He never saw the puck. It's not his fault. I think there was a Lightning player. I think Patrick Maroon was in front. He never was able to find the puck. That wasn't his fault. He just never found it. He never saw it. He didn't move because he never saw it. Closest game ending early in the 4th quarter. About 45 seconds in, it's Virginia Tech 27, Boston College 14. 31-15 Florida State against North Carolina with 3:28 left in the 3rd. And the last game that will end 10:35 left in the 3rd quarter. Georgia 24, Alabama 20. What a game that is.
Anderson, of course, gave up that walk-off that he gained 5 with Carlos Correa, giving up 2 home runs in close.
So here's Michael Brantley. A home run will tie Game 7. That one? The Coleman goal? That go off of him? I have to watch that goal again. Here's the pitch. It'll go outside. And it's 1-0. A walk would load the bases. And then a go-ahead run would be at the plate. 2 outs, though. So all they'll need is an out. Brantley, this one hit up the middle, looking for the clean play to first, and he's got it. So the bullpen does get out quite quickly. The third pitch, Brantley just was never able to get to the first base. We're going to the bottom of the 6th. 3-0 Tampa Bay. Rays as well.
My job is to help new homeowners turn into their parents.
I'm having a big lunch and then just a snack for
So
dinner.
we're using the speakerphone in the store. Is that a good idea? One of the ways I do that is to get them out of the home. I'm looking for a brow brush. Gardens, did he ask for your help? No. We all see it. We all see it.
They just hit him. He can't handle it. He goes in off of Hudobin.
But we can't protect your home.
It's a knuckler. Yeah, I can see it. Coleman was that type of player, though. It's kind of weird to see this, like, it's one of those things where, we thought we just had a break, and then because it was kind of quick with the bullpen, it goes right back to break because there was only 2 outs left.
Underneath every surface that carries a market badge, there is always an infinite capacity to amaze. Rise to the challenge with rugged performance of the Honda Pilot, Passport, and Ridgeline.
I mean, I get that, but here's bottom of the 6th inning. Wow, pretty interesting thing. 17 years between conference series when they were both at the same time in Game 7. He was the coach of the Cubs in 2003 when they lost in the conference final to Miami. It was an infamous series, too. If anyone remembers, don't remember the kid's name. There was that guy with the headphones who grabbed over the ivy and grabbed the baseball, which started a whole controversy. That's a ball. It's going to go right through the shortstop. That'll be some controversy. And it's a first. It's another hit and another play for Coy to the first base. But that was that whole debacle there, and they would eventually lose in 7 games to Miami. But now he is here with Houston in the ALCS as the head coach. But anyway, in that Chicago Cubs thing, they've got a championship, which they didn't have back then. So it looks a little different now. Here's the pitch, low, and 1-0.
the fifth. But the scoreless fifth is going to lead off well. They have a strikeout last day.
No outs, 1-0 count. Did he get Adames? No, he did not. Or no, did he Coy, excuse me. Adames is at the plate. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss. 1-1. Willie Adames is at bat, a great defensive stalwart for this Tampa Bay team. Here's the pitch, that's high for 2-1. With Giddy out there. Waits. Here's the pitch. Outside, and Urquidy is hearing it from the catcher. It's 3-1. There's a pitch. That one is high. And there's a walk. You think about if Dusty Baker is going to start replacing Urquidy now for another bullpen, and one of the other coaches, I assume maybe the pitching coach, is going to gingerly walk to the mound for either a possible replacement or just talk to his pitcher. As there are now no outs and a man on first and second, and a home run here would make it 6-0 Tampa. No, it's not 6-0. It's not 6-0, but if he hit a home run here, it would be, because of all of the time and space in the world. There's a man on first, a man on second, no outs. Houston down in their bullpen. 30th pitch, which is the second pitcher coming in here. 30th pitch coming up. They do not have an active pitcher yet coming in, but possibly that could be what would happen. Here's Joe Wendell. The pitch, low for ball one. $11 RBI in these playoffs. No home runs. What a time if he could hit one here. Excuse me. Score is 3-0 Rays. Count is 2-0. Runner on first, runner on second. No outs. Bottom of the sixth inning in Game 7 of the 2020 American League Championship Series. Winner goes to the World Series, starting at some point on next week. I'm not positive when. Here's the pitch. Swung out and missed. 2-1 now. It'd be a little deflating for Tampa to just strike out here. Not getting out, but strike out where a sac fly could do some interesting things. But if you've got a guy that's swinging without contacting the ball at all, it does nothing for your baseball club. Here's the pitch. Swung out and missed again. Now it's 2-2. Taylor's getting ready for either coming in at some point in this inning or for the bottom of the seventh. This would be the third pitcher to play, the second bullpen pitcher to play in this game. Here's a hit. Wendell is going to hit it high, and it will sac fly close by the wall, and runners will advance. Runners on the corners. Coy at third, and Wendell, it will be the first out, but a sacrifice fly advances Coy to third base. And now there's one out, 3-0 Tampa, and a runner on first and a runner on third. He probably did not have space to get to home, and first base, not second, but he did get there. Here's Mike Zunino. He hit a home run in the second inning. One out, man on first, man on third. Zunino's bat is high, held pretty high, and that's a pitch that is completely out of his strike zone, and he's not going for it. 1-0. The pitch, Zunino swung and missed, and just like that, we're at 1-1. Here's the pitch, and that's low outside, 2-1. Here's the pitch. Zunino sends that high. It is close to the wall. It is going to be out at the wall, but a sac fly should send Coy home. He will score, and it's 4-0 Tampa Bay. Zunino sends in Coy, so the second out does go to the Astros, but the Rays get a run. Hence the horn, and hence 4-0. One of those weird plays where the defense makes the play they need, but just because of circumstances, a sacrifice play by Zunino sends home Coy to make it 4-0 Tampa. This is hit close to the side. Try to get the foul ball to go into the glove to end the inning, but they cannot. It goes for 0-1. So still 4-0. Coy has been just very active on all three bases, and thanks to his teammate Zunino, he was able to start to go through. Kiepermeyer swung and missed that one. It's 0-2. So the Astros are a strike away from getting to the top of the seventh and getting their offense out there. And they were talking about the first team in Major League Baseball history to go down 0-3 and come back and win Game 7 and go. That was also the ALCS. That was in 2004. The Boston Red Sox, they said they were the first, and the Astros had really felt a connection to that team. Right now they're down 4-0. Josh, Tommy, if you're wondering, I just know because the characters Josh puts in, that's Russian for 4-0, I think. 2-2, count. Here's the pitch, swung out and missed. And he gets Kiermaier, who is not very happy. Kiermaier is not, but the bottom of the 6th is over. We head to the top of the 7th. Houston's going to have their offense is going to have a chance to try to get some runs. 4-0, Rays. Oh, okay. Thank you. All right, here we go. With 8:15 left in the fourth quarter, the closest game to concluding. Virginia Tech 33, Boston College 14. Also, if somehow this baseball game ends before any of the college football games, I don't think it will, but if it does, I'll do like the end of that game. Oh, yeah, 33-14 Virginia Tech against Boston College. Early in the fourth quarter, 34 seconds in. Florida State 31, North Carolina 21. So North Carolina is marching. They're down by 10, and with 3:06 left in the third quarter, Alabama has the lead. Alabama 27, Georgia 24. We're heading to the top of the 7th.
Unexpected combination, just $6. Your house brought you together, like really together. And all that together is great. Together with more space is better. With Rocket Mortgage, you get personalized loan options, closing costs, and tax estimates all in real time. So when you need to know what it takes for a home to fit your budget and your family, Rocket can.
We're showing some of the highlights here. I'm getting ready for this. Here are the Astros getting ready for, I'm going to say again, their offense. This one is hit high, and it is deep, but it is going to be caught in the outfield. So the first ball thrown by Nicky Anderson, is an out. The first one by Anderson, an out. And they're 2 outs away already, just that quickly. It's the ball right up there. Garbos, Astros. Here's Bregman. Pitch right there. down to the ground and right through the glove.
Bregman just trying to fight his way out of a slump. Had a hamstring injury this year.
Here's the pitch for a high strike.
But you know he's a worker bee, and he's trying to work his way through it. Yeah, watching him during BP today, all he's trying to do is shoot balls up the middle of the right side. Try more at first. If he here's a great thing with 4 outfielders, he can do it. Video recording every swing he took.
Then Bregman shoots this one to right field. It will bounce fair, and it will come close to the wall. O tries to throw the second. He will. It's a base hit, and Bregman gets to first base. His thing in warm-ups was to hit the ball right up the middle and get it past defenders. Well, he got that one high, close to the wall. It made a bounce. Did not take a complete Astro bounce. He was not able to get past first base, but he did get to first, and it is a base hit for Houston.
For those who just started watching in this series and watching Nick Anderson, who has struggled in this series, this was one of the best relievers in the game this year. He only gave up 5 hits all season.
Here's Anderson for his 7th pitch. That swung out, and it's a base hit. It's going to dribble all the way to the outfield, and they'll get a man on first and a man on third. And now it could be Anderson leaving. One of the better closers in the regular season. Announcer Jinx, on their part, has blown 2 base hits. And right now, the tying run – well, actually, no, not the tying run. Excuse me. Forgot that they did get that other run. So it's 4-0 with the man on first and third. Houston Arrows, but no one has scored yet. So the Arrows horn has not gone on, and I wasn't streaming last time. I think I did one Astros thing. I think I did the Arrows horn. Oh no, I did do. That's what it was. I was gonna say I remember using the Arrows horn, but I don't remember doing Houston Astros stuff. It was week 1 for the Texans. Yeah, so maybe you won't hear it at the end of the stream, and Houston doesn't score. But we'll see. Here's Gurriel. He's got a man on first, got a man on third. Gurriel will bop this up. He's going to get one on second, one on third. A double play ends the inning. Wow. Yes, the Houston are like a double play. So they had runners in the corners, and it would have been 4-3 with a home run. Well, here's what they get. Rays get a double play, and they are on to the 7th inning stretch. They were working on that double play, and they weren't able to get it. Well, now they finally do.
All you can at times think about Postmates, official on-demand food delivery partner of the NFL.
So now obviously we can wait for the bottom of the 7th. This will be interesting. Rays trying to get more offense. Now they've really pushed Houston to a wall.
You can play for free. The opportunity is just the beginning. DraftKings Sportsbook is now legal in select states, and all new customers can get a deposit bonus up to $500 to use on any of our products. So step up to the postseason plate, download the DraftKings app, and make it rain.
A short train ride over the Hudson. New York is beset by gun violence and rioting. A longer train ride down to Washington. That's when Mikey Sherrill embraced Nancy Pelosi and the defund the police movement. The voting to allow criminals to sue our police for doing their job. Mikey Sheridan talks tough but makes us less safe. We need to protect New Jersey families. I'm Rosemary Becky, and I approve this message.
The far left have friends in Morris County's Wakanda Meta and Darcy Drager. Meta and Drager support a radical plan that experts say could double electric
So
bills.
just waiting still soon.
Meta supports higher taxes. Drager promotes anti-police rhetoric, and they both praise the policies and politics of Bernie Sanders and AOC. Wakanda Meta and Darcy Drager. They're too far left for Morris County.
There's another left-hander, Blake Taylor. He'll have this seventh inning with the Rays up 4-0. He was acquired by the Astros from the Mets for Jacob Marisnik. This will be his fifth time on the mound in the 7-game series. Hard work by the two premium lefties in their bullpen, Rayleigh and Taylor.
Arm of the seventh here. And they've got their third pitcher out. Blake Taylor. Taylor the pitch. Hit and dropped. Fumbled. Got to first base. And out for the first out. There Bregman made the play. And he glove fives Taylor. So for the first out, the first throw by Taylor in this game, it was not a greatly held and controlled ball by Alexander Bregman, but he made the play to Gurriel, and it's good enough. So here's the second pitch coming with already an out in his back pocket for Blake Taylor. This one goes for a ball outside. 1-0. And this one bounces off the foul line and goes for 1-1. I'm probably actually not going to stream the college football games. I was thinking about it. I'll probably just do this and maybe watch some of it. Yeah. This hit foul. And it's 2-2 off of the bat of Lowe. Pitch number 6 coming for Taylor. There's the pitch outside and a full count. Randy Arozarena, who had what still is now since driving in the guy in first base, the go-ahead. Full count still. Lowe fouls it off. Or Rowe, excuse me. Not Lowe. This fouled off as well by Rowe.
was against Taylor. Over to game 5. Tied the game at 1. And again, this time, Taylor strike out.
And he finally struck him out. Houston an out away from ending the inning. Rosarena just went for the clobber, just send out, and he completely missed that. Most rookie hits in a playoff year was 22 by Jeter. Rosarena has 21. He could set it. He could tie the record here with this at bat. Also, obviously, if they get to the World Series, he'd have plenty of chances there too. Rosarena right up the bag. Can he get there? He will not. The inning is over. We're headed to the top of the 8th. Tampa Bay 4, Houston nothing.
Ever since I took a sip of my drink from Taco Bell and won the all-new Xbox Series X, unimaginable powers at my fingertips. It might be too much.
All right, let's take a look at college football.
Turns out, like what? Get a medium to large drink from Taco Bell, and you too can enter for a chance to win the all-new Xbox Series X.
Who won the Cup the first season I watched hockey?
What's he gonna chase? The spider?
I'm trying to remember.
The changeup?
I knew a lot about the 2011 Cup final. It's my favorite Cup final, but I didn't really watch hockey back then. So it was the Kings, 2012. Which isn't great that your favorite team in the world lost the Stanley Cup final the year you started watching that sport. But that's the way it is.
Here's a choice you don't have to make. The largest
3 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Virginia Tech 33, Boston College 14. 7:31 left in the fourth quarter. Florida State 31, North Carolina 21. 14:48 left in the fourth quarter, just 12 seconds in. Alabama 34, Georgia 24. Alabama is just unbelievable.
You fight for your dreams. You live for your community. You stand for what you believe in. You strive for a better tomorrow. Because the fighting spirit is one we all share. And on election day, that spirit has a voice. If it's worth fighting for, it's worth fighting for. Without room for those fighting spirit. There's a name for the experience that brings you this close to the action.
Yes.
No, it's not called that at all. No, it's the
Anti-gravity freeze frame.
not exactly. All of this is called trivia. I hear your perspective on football. Yes. So the
The William Harris Award, essentially the Clarence Campbell Bowl of baseball, given to the American League champion. And it will be one of these two teams at the end of the night. Who would? I'm trying to think. Is it Red Wings 08? Because I know you're older than me, but I don't think you're that much older than me that you would have remembered 03. Is it Red Wings 08? That's my guess. Detroit 08. Devils 03? New Jersey 03? Wow. Okay, I knew you were older than me, but I didn't know that we're old enough to watch that series. New Jersey against Anaheim. Mike Rupp, the deflection. Scott Niedermayer puts it off the blue line, and the Devils end up winning 3-0 in that game. Okay. Let's say you would have had to be very young. I was 3. I know, but sometimes kids don't start watching sports till they're like 9, 10 years old. Like if you use that math, I would have watched the Edmonton Carolina series, and I did not. Although that was probably one of the most underrated series of all time. The series was awesome. Top of the 8th, 2-0 count. Hold on 1 second. I'm back. Oh, wow. That must have been awesome. 3-0 count. Now it's 3-1 with 1 out and 2 to go for Tampa here at the top of the 8th. Fairbanks is getting ready, potentially later in this inning or to win the American League. This is hit foul, 3-2. Unbelievable. The Astros have only had to deal with 81 pitches by Tampa. And here's 82, but this is the thing. It's just doesn't happen. Here's a walk. Here's George Springer at bat. First pitch, high and away, 1-0. It wasn't too awesome. I was flopping. I can't even skate. Yeah, I can't even skate, but I understand the mechanics where I actually wouldn't mind falling on my face a few times. And with practice, I feel like I could. I'm not saying it's easy, but I could learn and figure it out. That's an out at first base, and a runner advances to second, but there's 2 outs. I feel like that's just one of those things where, I could figure it out. It wouldn't be easy, but I could figure it out. Like I understand not to walk on the ice on my flat feet. I'm flat on my feet and walk like on ground. I know I'd immediately fall. I've walked with spikes on. I understand. I'm athletic and I'm a runner. I could understand, on a different surface. I could figure it out. It would not be easy. And it would take time, but I could definitely figure it out. Obviously not by myself, but enough of that. Altuve fouls that off the right side, so 1. 20th pitch coming up for Anderson. Altuve was actually the final pitcher. It's actually funny. If Anderson takes out Altuve, it'll probably be Anderson's last pitcher of the night, last pitcher of the series, potentially, if he doesn't come later in, but probably not. And Altuve was the last pitcher of Charlie Morton. That one is close in, but it's a little too outside for the liking of the umpire. 1-1. That also for a ball. 2-1. Runner on second. Altuve at the plate. Top of the 8th. 2 outs. Tampa Bay 4, Houston nothing. One thing, it took me 2.5 years of skating practice to actually grab a stick and touch a puck with it. That's not a lot of time. Good for you, man. Hit by Altuve, up and off of it, a glove, and it's an error. So now there's a runner on the corners with 2 outs. So the point of this lineup was to get hits. And now coach is coming out maybe to make the substitution or maybe just to give somewhat of a pep talk. We'll see if Fairbanks is up now or if he's coming up. They're not happy with what they got. So Fairbanks will get to the mound a little earlier than expected. 2 outs. Runner on first and third. Top of the 8th. Tampa Bay 4, Houston nothing.
And now more straight talk from Straight Talk. The big wireless companies will tell you they're the only way to get the best network. Not true. Straight Talk Wireless runs on those same cell towers all over the country. This one too? Not just this one. This one too. Which means you get the same great networks for up to 50% less. Makes sense? Can I go back now? Oh, sorry. Switch to our unlimited plan for just $45 a month with no contract. Straight Talk Wireless, only at Walmart.
Your house brought you together. Like, really together.
Okay, so we have the third game is final. Still, you in Florida were actually like that was what it was. And that was which one was it? It was the Virginia Tech game. Virginia Tech beat Boston College 40-14, complete blowout. And then we'll go through the other 2 games still going on a little later. Baseball is good. I was still broadcasting it while you were talking. 4-0 Rays. Their closer who was supposed to start the 9th is now having to go on because of some hits. Runner on first, a runner on third. Top of the 8th. 2 outs. They just went through a commercial, but if Peter Fairbanks can get rid of this next Houston batter, then we'll be back to commercial end. His fastball has been utilized more than last season than his slider, but he does have a pretty nasty slider. Almost a 98-mile-per-hour fastball and almost a 90-mile-per-hour slider, which is pretty hard to do. Tampa Bay is only allowed 2 of 29 runners to score on that type of play today.
Huge at bat here in Game 7. The Astros are going to fight their way back.
Here's Fairbanks, low for ball 1. Excuse me. You're gonna have to tell me what sport, as this is a wild pitch, and now runner on first goes to second. So we've got Altuve on second, and there's also a runner on third. Hockey. This is a little weird, but over to even the All-Star game, I think my favorite thing is the goalie challenge. I love the goalie challenge. I would then say the All-Star game, then hardest shot, then the skating, then target, and then like that weird accuracy thing with the tiny nets. But I really love the goalie challenge. I think that's really fun. I will say though, I'm not a huge basketball fan, watching at least, but I do love the skills challenges for basketball, specifically the first skill challenge. That one as well. But hockey, yeah, my first thing would be a goalie, then as that's a ball, and there's a walk, and now the bases are loaded, and now the game tying run is at the plate. And it's Carlos Correa with the chance to tie Game 7. Showing the career records, playoff records. It is 2020. There have been weirder things done and said.
Opportunity for the Astros as we play here in the 8th. But it is a golden opportunity. Fairbanks has loaded the bases with a 4-pitch walk.
Here's the pitch, hit over the middle, and Astro will score. And will they get anyone out? No. So it's 4-2 now. And Altuve scores. I think it was Bregman who also scored. And so there, Correa was able to single it out right up the middle. And so now, as that ball just rolled, he just swung a good play. It is now, we've got runners on first and second. The tying run is on second base. The go-ahead run is at the plate, and it's Alexander Bregman. He takes it for a strike, 1. Still 2 outs. Tampa Bay 4, Houston 2. Yeah, it's weird. Here's the pitch to the outside, and it is a ball, 1-1. I actually like the King's horn a lot. I don't really like that Habs though. Bregman will hit this ball into the seats foul, so it's 1-2, and it's interesting. Bregman's at the plate. He's up to his final strike, which would put them 3 outs away from getting eliminated. But also, if he hits a home run here, the Astros lead 5-4. I like both. I'm not a huge fan of the Habs horn. Again, I have a goal horn and goal song and win song and stuff. I have that up on my channel already. You can see the rankings. One of the first videos I did. Bregman swings and misses. A 100-mile-an-hour fastball to the left side. He finally was able to get him. And so now here comes the bottom of the 8th. The last chance. Unless it's tied or Houston has the lead, the Tampa Bay will have to manufacture some offense. Bottom of the 8th coming up. All right, here we go. 150 seconds remain in the 4th quarter between North Carolina and Florida State. Florida State has the lead, but it's slim. North Carolina, the 5th-ranked team, is coming back. Florida State 31, North Carolina 28. In the other game, the last one to end, 6:40 left in the 4th quarter. Alabama is just throttling Georgia, 41-24. Oh, it's horrible. It's horrible. If you think that's a bad description, again, watch my video on my channel. It's like one of the first videos I made. I have a fun explanation on how I described Carolina's goal horn. I'm not going to say it now because you have to experience it.
It must be very nice to be you.
Four to two, Rays bet finish it off right. Yeah, Tommy. I know it's kind of distances. Yeah, I know it's kind of distances, Josh. Yeah, look up like goal horn, the puck drops here, and I also have a win song video as well. The win song video was done, I think, last fall. The goal song video, I'll look very different. The goal horn video. There's also a video on favorite teams. Do not watch that. That is very not up to date. I did it I did it kind of as a joke when I knew I was a Devils fan, but I didn't know a lot of my other teams. So like there's teams like Boston and Washington stuff that are ranked high that really shouldn't be ranked that high. They were just done kind of as a joke. So I have to make a re-update to that video at some point, but I don't know when. So don't watch that one. But goal horn and win song horn will be done. Will be good. But the win song one was done last fall. The goal song one was done like in like the summer of 2018. I just graduated high school, so I look really young and weird. But Tom, I was just saying, I know this distances Josh a little bit, but you excited for the radio show tomorrow? It'll be fun. We're also very close, Josh, to getting into the studio and doing it like a normal people, but because we do it on our computer. But we got some kind of trivial stuff we have to do with the radio organization to be able to get that done. It's kind of annoying. This is taken for a ball, 2-1. 2-2 count. I don't remember if that was for the Penguins hat. I think I just picked a random hat. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I know. I do hate the team. I just picked a random hat and I wore it. I think also because the Penguins were a good team back then, and they were like a very. You have to remember this was right after the Penguins had lost in the second round, and they were still seen as going to be one of the top teams in the league. I kind of wanted to use a recognizable franchise. I had like little to no subscribers, and a good amount of my subscribers out at first base, so 2 outs away from going to the top of the ninth. A good amount of subscribers were friends of mine, and I have a good amount of Penguins fan friends. So I kind of tried to use a recognizable thing. I think I only had like 10 subscribers back when I made that video. Like it was really early in my channels. Again, just the Horn and song. You can watch the song video as well. I believe I wore the Hurricanes hat in the song video. I can't remember. Calgary, maybe? It's Calgary, Edmonton, or Carolina. I can't remember which one. You can do that one. I'm telling you, don't watch the favorite teams one because that's highly not outdated. I have to make a updated one. And that one is going to go for a base hit right up the gut. And Coy again goes to first base. Last time he was on first base, he was able to go home and score. Here comes Dusty Baker to the pitcher's mound. Try to correct what's going on with the pitcher, and I really could see him pulling at this point. As it did bounce through. They're in Game 7. And Taylor is done. They're going to go back here, bottom of the 8th. New pitcher coming in for Houston. 4-2 Tampa. All right, all the 2 college football games are done. Good thing I didn't go to them. Florida State hangs on and wins 31-28 over North Carolina, and Alabama knocks down Georgia off several pegs, 41-24. So the number 15, number 18, number 13, number 15, number 18, number 3, and number 5 all lose today, which is great for A&M who won. And the only top 5 team that besides Alabama, Notre Dame did win, and I probably shouldn't have. But if Louisville had won, it wouldn't be better for A&M because, thinking about rankings and stuff. All right, we're headed back to the top of the 8th. Yeah, bottom of the 8th, excuse me. 1 out. Man on first. Inoli Paredes. With a 3.05 ERA for Houston. Kerncraft, 400. Bruins goal, so I'm blaring in here. Yep. That was the line. That was the line I was explaining. That. So isn't that a little weirder than? Isn't that a little weirder than it's depressing? I told you. I knew you were gonna have fun with that. I think Tommy's seen that video too. I think I showed him that video. Yeah. The Windsong one is fun too. You'll enjoy that one. That one I took last year, so it's a little more recent and it's a little more me than this. 2-0 count for Paredes. He's not thrown a strike yet in this game. Wipes his face at the sleeve. This is prime time, Mr. Rinaldi. There's nothing bigger. Not until you can get to the World Series. 2-0 count. That's high for 3-0. We talked about a pitcher, reliever coming in to help. He strikes out his first guy. That's good. If he walks him, not so good. And the catcher immediately runs up before they go with the next pitch. Correa is out there as well. If more people arrive, I will be quite annoyed. More people have arrived. It is. I believe the next one or the one after that is one of the ones that you also think is annoying. That's a strike. 3-1. Also, on to the next one's one of my favorite songs. There's Joey Wendell, who will be next. And, well, it's not assured that he'll be next. Obviously, triple double would be like that. But here's a, not triple double, I meant a double play. That is fouled off. Yeah, I think I said the word weird a lot in that stream. I don't remember why. I have to also remember it was one of my first videos, one of my first few times. The earlier my streaming, the kind of weirder it gets, especially then when you get midway through my channel, when you start seeing me actually creating videos. As that's a walk. He did walk him. 3-0 became 3-2, became 4-2. So the Rays have a man on first and second, and the guy that closed them out is walking baseball players. But once you get to the middle, even when you see me actually make videos from my computer, they kind of get a little discombobulated. But the longer you go through, the more more confident and more assured my videos get, because it took experience to get through YouTube. Yeah, once again, pretty weird. If you want to do a circa, if you do a 5-foot circa, whatever, it was 2018. That fouled off. 0-1. They've already got a new closer coming in. It's James. There's that for a strike. So 2. Give you a hint about Team 29. I can't remember exactly, but I have an idea. Team 29. All right. I'll give you a hint about Team 29. Team 29 picked for the first time in history, Team 29's as they get a double play to get out of the inning. Team 29 have two things. One of their former coaches, their former head coaches, is still a coach today in the NHL. He coached in last year's playoffs that just happened, and also they were the first team to draft a Swedish hockey player number 1 overall. Again, their first ever head coach is still a head coach in the NHL today. Or one of their head coaches is not first. One of their head coaches is still a head coach in the NHL today. Their head coach coached in the playoffs, these playoffs, and they were the first team to draft a Swedish player first overall. So those are your hints. If 29 wasn't the team I'm thinking of, then I apologize. I can't remember them all.
When it comes to buying a home, they say cash is king.
So we're going to the. Oh yeah, that's right. I didn't even think of that. But that's the end of the bottom of the 8th. We're going to the top of the 9th. Okay. It's a tough one. That I didn't want to give you easy hints. If you're thinking like old school teams, Bjorn Salming was not first overall. I believe he was 7. So it's not the. I don't believe it's the Maple Leafs. Yeah, so right now we're just waiting on. It's the last sports game of the night.
One in 5 kids in the U.S. may not be able to afford to play sports, including Little League.
This postseason, T-Mobile is going to bat. For every home run, T-Mobile will donate $5,000 for a Little League call-up grant program. So kids can keep playing America's game. And with every text, Little League, 313131, T-Mobile will donate $1. Little League families and communities, $1 million. T-Mobile.
A little baseball commercial, but interesting. Trying to like brand baseball again, but calling America's game. But if you remember, it's not America's game; it's America's pastime. I got the verbiage. Here we go. We're at the top of the 9th. If the Rays can hold the lead, yep, that's who I thought it was. That was the hint. The coach is the star Rick Bowness. He was the first ever coach of the franchise. Obviously playoffs, and then Alfredsson, first ever Swedish player, drafted number 1 overall. That's what I thought it was, Ottawa. Number 28. Oh, I cannot remember 28. Oh, I know what 28 is. Never mind, I remember 28. If you want a hint for 28, it's one of the top teams in the league. They play in the Central Division. And one of their best players of all time had a last name that looked like a Southern American, not South American, but like an American South first name. Best team, one of the best teams in the league, as this is singled and fouled. Not singled, it was hit foul 0-2 still with the first batter. I actually can't give you too many hints now because I have to pay attention to this right now. Pete Fairbanks, ready for his 13th pitch. Rays are up by 2. They were up 3-0 in the series. They lost Game 4, Game 5, and Game 6. But right now, 3 outs away from going to the World Series for the first time in 12 years. Did the last name part give it to you? Because it should have. Got a man in the bullpen. It's 1-2. Yeah. I thought so. Roy. That's fouled. Still 1-2. I don't think changing pitchers would be a bad decision right now for Tampa. Get them some fresh arms, some fresh life. This guy's been good, but he hasn't been absolute close them, end it material. Swing and a miss. And the Rays are 2 outs away. Just a complete swing and a miss. The defending American League champions are not completely up to the wall. They've got more than an out to work with, but they're very close for being that there. 1-0 count, a high pitch close to the neck of Uli Gurriel. 0 for 3. He was hit by a pitch in the last at bat. Yes, I believe I do remember. Not the most of likable teams. Low on draft picks. And a hockey club that has one of the loudest stadiums in the NHL. 2 outs. 2 outs. No, not 2 outs. Not 2 outs. Excuse me. 2 outs to go. 1 out right now. 1 out, and I believe a 1-1 Jets is your guess. I don't find their fan base unlikable, but okay, go with the Jets. That's fine. I'm not going to tell you what it is. I'm not telling you what it is. I'm not going to tell you if you're wrong. That hit right up the middle, and that'll be a base hit, and Gurriel will go to first base. And the tying run is at the plate. Climax. That's basically what you're getting here. Now, here's the interesting thing. If the Rays can piece together that double play they've been working on, I didn't say the loudest arena. I said one of the loudest arenas in the NHL. Not the loudest. The loudest is probably the Bell Center, if you really had to look at it. Not MTS Bell, the Bell Center in Montreal. It's probably the loudest. But it's not the Canadiens, you know that, because we picked them. 1-0 count. Reddick at the plate. I will tell you, I'm probably going to sleep right after this game's done. I'll do a stream, so if you want to watch it tonight, great. If you want to continue doing this guessing game, I guess maybe do it tomorrow on Discord, or you could do it on the Monday night football stream. Left for a ball. 2-1. This is super tense for both coaches. Just can feel, it's Game 7. What else can you say? Game 7, of what essentially is conference final. That'll be a strike. It's 2-2. A double play would end this playoff series. A home run would tie the game. There are a myriad of other plays that could happen as well, other situations. As we said, he started his career, really exemplified it, and rose to stardom in Los Angeles. And this is fouled over the ground line. The ball boy will chase as it careens to the back wall. 1 out, 1 man on first. Tying run at the plate. 2-2 count. Top of the ninth. Rays trying to hold on, get 2 more outs, and go to the World Series. Okay, that's your guess? All right. I will tell you you're closer than Winnipeg. Between those 2 teams, you're closer than Winnipeg. And he's swinging a miss. He got Reddick to swing, and the Rays down to 1 final out. Coy is just bursting to burst out of the bullpen gate and tackle his pitcher. But he can't just yet. But Reddick completely cut and swung and missed that ball. Yep. Vegas. It's Vegas. Okay, here's for 26. I'm not sure. I think I know 26, but I'm not positive. This was high. This is high to the outfield. The Rays have won the pennant. The Rays have won the pennant. The Rays have won the pennant. Tampa Bay is headed to the World Series. 4-2, the final. They eliminate Houston from further playoff contention. Hold on a second. I'm just taking a picture for one of my chats things. And they were down 3-0. In this series, never mind that. I'm going to stop taking pictures of the thing, but they what's 26? I'm not positive. I cannot remember quite from my head what 26 is, but if I'm going to remember, I will try. I'm going to think of some hard hints. One of the last arenas they play in one of the last arenas in Canada that also shares a company name with a few 3 other Canadian teams. They have let up the most goals against Daniel Alfredson in their history, and they also they also have had some of the least amounts of goaltending changes in the last 10 years. So again, I'm trying hard guesses because it's such an easy team to give you answers for. They're really tough questions. I would say if you want to get it, if you want to look for an easier one, I'd say the second one would probably be the easiest one to try to figure out. Again, I don't know if they're 26, but I think they are. The first one gave it to you? Okay, I'm not going to tell you if it's them. Again, if it's not who I think it is, and you're like, well, that doesn't make sense, I'll just tell you that I thought it was someone else. All right, just click it now and guess it because I'm going to end the stream. All right, Josh, click it now and guess it because I'm going to end the stream. And I'm going to sleep, man. Yeah, I thought I didn't know. So yeah, Rays are going to the World Series, and they'll play the winner of Los Angeles and Atlanta. So Tampa Bay can have another sports championship. So yeah, just click it.
Your sign's pointing at my sign, so people are going to look at my sign.
Yeah, just click it immediately, Josh, please, because I want to end the stream and I want to figure out what 26 was. All right, you just tell me later in the Discord. Thank you, everybody, it was Tampa. Okay. I must have put Toronto behind. I was not trying to confuse you. I thought it was the Maple Leafs. I think the Maple Leafs are I think the Maple Leafs are 25, although they might be 24. You know what? Now that I'm remembering, I think they are 24. There's another team that's 25. 25. If you want to keep this game going, 25 is a goal horn, very similar than Toronto. They have more of the nicer fans, but their fans are similarly annoying and have had one of the deepest defenses in the NHL. That's your guess for there. But anyway, everybody else, you can post stuff on Discord, but I'm not going to be watching it because I'm going to sleep. Everybody, thank you so much for this stream. We did the ALCS and the NLCS. NLCS Game 7 going tomorrow. I will not stream that. We'll know who wins after tomorrow, but I will not stream it. Rays going to the World Series, you know that. And tomorrow, not stream, but on Monday, I'll be able to stream possibly the World Series, whenever it is. I don't know. But definitely will stream Denver Broncos versus New England Patriots. Yeah, I know. Football and also Kansas City versus Buffalo. See you then. Happy hockey, everybody. Have a great night.